As I've been digging through some of the biggest whale wallets in crypto, I started thinking about how these investors got to where they are and what it truly takes to get to that level. And I will tell you exactly what I found in today's video, but first, welcome back to PulseChain. I'm Taylor. To put it simply, most of the work in crypto is mental. It's all about doing the right research, having the right strategy, and choosing the right projects. And these whales are masters of this and were early adopters to some of the biggest and best projects in crypto. They were able to foresee a future in a way that others weren't. But how? Well, I found there is an underlying thread that seems to connect them all, a unifying aspect. So what is that thread and how can we use it to win? Well, I'm sure you've guessed from the title of today's video, it is game theory, of course. Now, mastering the art of game theory is both rarely discussed and fundamental to success in crypto. It also allows us to uncover an exact formula to seeing exponential gains, which we will get into today. This is truly mind-blowing information, but before we get started, as a reminder, this is not financial advice because I am not a financial advisor. Also, make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Remember to subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. So, what is game theory and how can we use it to win? Well, game theory is the study of how and why people make decisions, and it explains the interactive decision making where the outcome for each player depends on the actions of all. Of course, as we see in crypto. Now, these whales use game theory to play out different scenarios so that they can assess projects on a deeper level and see the most likely outcomes, things that are both working for and against the projects they're assessing. So let's see this in action by taking a look at Bitcoin's game theory. Of course, we can't talk about game theory in crypto without first mentioning Bitcoin. Now, before we dive in, I want to show you this clip back from 2013, right when Bitcoin hit $100. It's a trip to see, and it really shows how the environment has changed over the years. And there's also a lot that we can take away from this clip and apply to today's environment. Check it out.
You know, you confiscate a few $1 billion out of private bank accounts and you print a couple $1 trillion, and all of a sudden, you know what happens? People start to worry. So out of this worry, we have something called the Bitcoin.
So people who understood the Bitcoin understood the need for decentralization, especially after the 2008 crash. This was a huge part of Bitcoin's game theory and what the early investors saw and understood. Bitcoin also brilliantly capitalizes on the game theory of scarcity with its hard cap total supply of 21 million. It both makes this global asset rare and also an excellent hedge against inflation. It's also a huge part of why we have seen the 6 million% price appreciation. And of course, those who saw and understood the growing need for this kind of protection were able to realize incredible gains. Now, clearly in the beginning, Bitcoin was not worth very much, but as the user base grew, so did the value of the network. Metcalfes Law states that the value of a network is directly proportional to the square number of participants. Then Ethereum came along and took Metcalfes Law and the game theory of crypto to a whole new level. Ethereum did this by allowing developers to come and build their networks on top of Ethereum's blockchain. So making Ethereum like a network of networks. But just like any toll road, you have to pay gas fees in order to participate. And you have to pay these fees in Ethereum, of course. This is absolutely brilliant game theory because it creates a consistent demand for Ethereum on the market. And this consistent demand has caused the price to appreciate 10,000x or 1 million%. So people that were able to play these scenarios out in their head were able to see this ahead of time and cash in big. Now, of course, game theory can work both for you and against you, and it's a double-edged sword with Ethereum's massive success. And another very important aspect of game theory is paying attention to important changes changes in the environment. And as Ethereum grew, the network just became really congested and the fees have become absolutely outrageous. It's now like $100 to do a token swap on the Ethereum network, and I have seen fees as high as $500 and $600 myself. This is obviously not feasible. It's absolutely insane. And sadly, it casts out about 90% of the global population from even being able to participate in the crypto boom. Billions and billions of people are simply priced out. And this has left the door wide open for other solutions to come along and appear. And of course, over the years, they have. Other projects have sprung up, improving upon Ethereum's game theory and have seen massive success themselves. Now, I'm gonna take us to nomics.com really quickly, and I wanna show us something very interesting. Here, when we look through Nomics, the top projects on here, we are going to see that a lot of them are networks. Now, of course, we have Ethereum, we have Binance, we have Cardano, Solana, we have Polkadot, we have Luna. Most of these top projects are all networks. Networks are the most valuable sector in crypto, and those who are able to foresee that have become incredibly wealthy along the way. They were early to this, and we ourselves are still very early to this network boom. Just this week alone, we saw Facebook and Microsoft, two of the world's biggest companies, announced that they will be building their own version of a metaverse. And at this point, it is very easy to foresee a future where millions of companies worldwide, even governments, are also using these blockchain platforms. So just like you didn't need to be a programmer to understand the concept of scarcity, and you didn't need to be a banker to understand the need for a decentralized asset, you do not need to be a wizard to see that this whole sector is about to absolutely explode. Now, we wanted to know how these whales got to where they are, what it takes to get to that level. This is it. This is the formula. They found great projects with amazing game theory early on. Often these were networks, and they held as the network grew. That is the formula to seeing exponential gains at this point in crypto history. So now that we know networks are where we want to be, I highly recommend you take a very close look at a new network that is about to launch called PulseChain. PulseChain will be launching at the end of 2021 or beginning of 2022. Pulse is a fork of Ethereum, just like the other top projects we were just taking a look at, and it has some of the most insane game theory I have seen in crypto in years. The transactions on PulseChain are much faster, they're 100% green, meaning zero pollution, and they are much, much cheaper. And by cheaper, I mean instead of transactions being in the tens or hundreds of dollars, they will be in the pennies. This alone is a complete game changer because it will enable billions and billions of people worldwide who have been previously priced out of crypto to actually start participating. And remember Metcalfes Law that the value of a network is directly proportional to the square number of participants? Well, there are already 50,000 members in a single Telegram channel for PulseChain, all waiting for Pulse to launch, all actively working and growing the network pre-launch. In my next video, I will break down the genius game theory behind PulseChain and how it will lead to mass adoption. I will also show you how to participate and prepare for what is called the world's largest airdrop. This is very exciting information, so remember to subscribe if you are interested in seeing the PulseChain video. I will also post it in the description below once it is live. I can't wait to show you that. I'm going to leave today's video right here. I really hope you enjoyed this information. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you again for watching and for helping us get back past the 4,000 subscriber mark. I am so grateful. See you soon and take care.